Hey, what's up? I just want to do a little quick update on the Jellyfin server. Funny thing is, I made a video yesterday. It was like 3 hours, but I leaked some password, uh, and actually, it was not good content. I know most of my videos are very long, which obviously is not me personally. I will struggle watching hours long videos. I do it for the sake of it because it's my development process, and maybe one day I want to watch this back, or that someone might want to watch this back. So to keep track of the time that I spend on something. But this video is just, it's not gonna show how I made it exactly. I'm gonna explain uh, very quickly what I did. So just actually, hold that. Basically, what I wanted to do is I have my Proxmox Ubuntu, right? And inside it, there is the Docker with Jellyfin, and there is my USB media mounted, which is what we did in the last videos, right? Um, then I was wanting to use. I wanted a way to be able to download new movies. Um, and I knew I wanted to use Qbittorrent. So, but to do torrent properly, of course, you need a VPN. I use RVPN. So yesterday I struggled for about 3 hours trying to find the perfect setup. Um, because my VPN, the program is called Eddy, and Eddy have a network lock. Um, so I was like, if I run the VPN on the Ubuntu server itself, I'm gonna need to disable the network lock. Um, and then I was considering, like, and I asked ChatGPT, and they mentioned something called namespace. Is that it? No. Sorry. Yeah, namespace. So I got this code working. I did a service in Ubuntu. When the machine boot, it create a namespace called VPN space. Um, I'm not the best in networking, and I'm not used to play in Linux network and IP tables and stuff like that. I understand what they are for, uh, but I did not make that code. ChatGPT made it, and it was very buggy because this line was missing, and I will explain you. Clean up the previous namespace. create a namespace and a virtual the interface. I think that's how it's called. We bring the two interface up. We assign local IP address. We enable IP forwarding. We set up NAT. We set up port forwarding to from host port 8080 to namespace 8080. And that's, I think, routing in between two. There was some DNS problems too because of the namespace. So basically, I struggled for an hour easy because my VPN was not able to connect. The order is no, sorry. I was in the namespace and I was not able to ping anything, nothing, even without VPN. So I fixed the DNS first. That worked for whatever reason, which is using the original host DNS settings. I think there is a link with Proxmox too, managing the DNS. I don't know, honestly, I don't know, but I know this worked. Um, and then I installed Qbittorrent, and I was able to connect to the admin panel, which I'm going to show you. Actually, I can go right now. And yes, I download illegal stuff. I don't give a fuck. So that's on my server, and you can see the amount left in gigabyte, which is the media directory that we set in the previous videos, right? Uh, which is media USB media, and with the Jellyfin cache data and stuff, with the movies and the series collection. So Qbittorrent user interface, download there the torrent that I'm putting. I download the torrent locally, the torrent file, and then I upload the file there, and I select the proper one, the proper directory. That's how I did it. That's how I do it. So that was working, but without a VPN, right? The panel was working without um, downloading anything or without VPN. So then I was able to run the VPN. So Qbittorrent was working without VPN. The web UI is port 8080. But then when I was running Eddy network lock in the namespace, notice both the Qbittorrent, I think it's called Qbittorrent-nox. It's the CLI version of Qbittorrent. This is working in the namespace. So it's using its own network interface that is being passed through the original Proxmox Ubuntu, right? So the ID network lock in the namespace was working, but breaking my torrent web UI on board 8080. So that was a big struggle for me. And the only thing that was missing in that script was basically just this. Something that I want to show you too is if I try to so sudo as the admin IP, and I execute in the VPN space, which is the name of the namespace, that command curl, which is this is a IP endpoint, and I pass everything to GQ for jQuery formatting. If I do this, I get this IP, and what is my IP address? And you can see this is my server, right? I mean, it's a VPN server. It's not my local IP. It's not my ESP IP. So the way it works is this run first. This namespace setting is run first using a service, which I can show you real quick. See, there is the VPN space ID service, and there is the same for torrent, Qbittorrent service, VPN space Qbittorrent service, and there is also DNS boot service. Sorry, just gonna try to show you the file. Yes. Um, Sorry for the. This is a bad name. Uh, but yeah, we just this is the script that I place in my own. We run this before the VPN space and the AD and the Qbittorrent. Um, and I guess this is calling. Then after, then we have the AD one. Uh, I'm actually gonna wait. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna mask this for 1 second. There you go. I'm just gonna save it there. Because there is my login and my password that are passed as an argument, which is not the best. But so this is my service. So the namespace boot, then the AD client start, which is basically just connect, no interactive, login, password. And I tried to set something with the port, with port forwarding, because my client supported my VPN provider. Supposedly that it's better for the performance, and especially if you are the initial seeder of a file. If you create a torrent, you need to do this. I did not test it yet, but the important part was I'm able to download something. I just want to see if I can also upload and share, and I think this setting will be related. So after the namespace is created, we create we run. Notice that this is in the space, so we run the AD, which is my VPN client, and it's basically the same thing for Qbittorrent. Just gonna copy it too, and you're gonna see my. I just I put more RAM for whatever reason. I think it's I a bit. It was used too much before. I don't know. Jellyfin, the transcode, something is. They say you need 4 GB. I think it's no, it's for CPU and 8 GB that they require. So I put 4 CPU, but I double the RAM. Um, I don't know. I might change that back because the usage was a bit high. So yeah, I still have 4 CPU, but I doubled the memory. I'll check how is this sustainable. Um, it's kinda a lot, but um, my point is it's working. I'm the only person that use it, or sometime someone else, but it was working with 8 GB. We'll see. It's more, I think, the fact that Qbittorrent is running there too. It might be use a bit of RAM more at the end of the world. So yeah, so this is Eddie. Uh, I'll just save that too. VPN space. I don't know why they write it as text. Yes. Yeah, and then we run in the namespace again, Qbittorrent-nox and the web UI port. Um, Notice that I needed to run these before. Um, how can I say that? They both have configuration. I think Qbittorrent have a term of service to accept. So I just typed that command outside of the space or even inside and just click Y, and it's gonna give you a random password, and you go in the UI and you change it like you basically I run Qbittorrent and Eddie manually before run setting these services and start on boot. But yeah, so that's my setup, and the result is I have VPN on the machine, but only the namespace is affected by the network log. Um, yeah, so the my Jellyfin is not affected by that. I just wanted to be sure, like, because technically maybe I would have made another Docker or even another machine completely just to download the files, but the fact that the resource is already mounted, I don't the media the directory. I just thought that was the easiest way, and I really struggled. Took me about 3 hours to do that, and the video was very boring. But now that it's done, I'm glad that it's working as I want, and yeah, it does the job. Thank you for watching this.